Welcome back. Okay, so the sketch world. The concept first came to me way back when I was playing on PlayStation 4 with my kids. We did our Iron Challenge. The Iron Challenge was, or Iron Quest. The Iron Quest was basically nobody could make a bed um, until we all collectively made a full suit of iron armor and at least two iron tools, a bucket and a sword, or a bucket and a pick. But were typically the things, or shears. And then everybody pulled together to make that thing. We could at first we tried to make it be where it's like we all had to have iron armor, which the game was way too hard for that. We wanted to have fun. We wanted to play and experience a challenge, but not have it be a struggle. So after the Iron Challenge was done, we were like, okay, now what do we want to do with this world? And I had the idea. It was like, well, how about we just make a creative copy? Make a copy of our world, put it in creative mode. We go into that world. We won't earn any trophies because at the time we were all farming for trophies. And in that creative copy, you could do whatever, pretty much anything you want. We would test out builds, we would explore caves, and then just to kind of make a note of things. And we had to be aware of the fact that at that time, although I don't really think we ever really encountered the problem, I was aware of the fact that if there was any places we hadn't already explored before, that we should probably not explore in the creative copy to avoid spoilers. But there were times when we did, and then we got surprised. And I don't know if this was just our bad recollection or if something really happened. This was years and years ago. Of course, PlayStation 4 Minecraft had just come out or had been out for a little bit. Um, but I could have sworn there was a chunk that one time we went exploring and there were things that we found there. But then when we went to that actual coordinate, later using our maps, because at that time maps had coordinates on them, um, it was different. So because it was procedurally generated. Anyway, the point being is that today we're going to do a sketch copy. So what you do is that you don't necessarily need to put it in creative mode. You can just make a copy of your world and then make sure you identify it as, the sketch copy. And it'll give you this little sub number next to it, which I think is cool. But there we go. And we're going to call it Sketch World. And that's basically it. So then this idea of a sketch world or a test world um, followed over even into Conan Exiles, where my clan we would test build bases and then of course run mobs against them and stuff like that because you can do that in the game. Um, but yeah, so this is not a creative copy. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to grab this and this. And I'm going to need a temporary block. I need some temporary blocks. I'm going to grab this. This way you can try out things and without actually having to break it all down later. Want at least that much. So I really want to see what's going on. Oh, and you can put it in peaceful too if you want to just uh, for that extra. So peaceful. So yeah, rather than running around with, well, I would put this here. This is going to be a. I'm just going to try this out real quick. I want to see how this looks. And then we'll put our temporary block. I like to make my windows 2 blocks tall. These dirt blocks represent windows. Oh my god. My controllers. This is another reason why I'm doing it in this world instead of because my controller is being completely fussy today. And honestly, to be fully, full transparency here, I am not feeling 100%. I'd rather be sleeping right now, but I had this brainstorm and I immediately needed to go ahead and try it out because that's the kind of nuttiness that is my weirdo brain. Okay, and then we're going to get another row of temporary blocks because then I have to put the other items up. And then another row of temporary blocks, right? Yeah. Oops, not that guy. What the hell, man? Uh, okay, well, that's as far as I got. All right, so essentially these were going to be, and I guess in creative mode this would be so much easier. But we're doing it in survival just a proof of concept kind of thing. And I don't actually have any windows right now. So also give me an idea of how many windows I'll need to make. And then we're going to go ahead and delete that. Oh, I didn't make enough temporary blocks, of course, but that's okay because this is what we're going to do. I think you guys kind of get an idea of what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some stairs up there backwards to make tall windows with a little bit of a window sill. Now, just because I wanted to have some dimensionality to the facade, but I didn't want to where I have to set that right there like this. So it goes like that, see? And then where I don't want to have a window, get this. Thankfully, I put it in peaceful mode because that would just be weird. All right, so then we go back up this way, and I have a feeling that this is not going to work the way I want it to, but we're going to try it anyway. Uh, okay, so where I don't want windows, I do this. Does that work out? That actually looks nice. Let's see, like that. That's really cool. I think I like that. And then this would just be, planks, of course. I have to be careful when I build this place because I don't want it to be too tall. See, what'll happen is that up here, then I will go ahead and add. Oh wait, let's see. If I'm going to be building this as joists, then beams. I mean, so we want that. So then my roof tile will be the extra stairs. It'll just go like this. That way the blocks are three blocks tall, which is too short for a. And I could add this on the outside too, even honestly. That would be pretty cool. Now I don't think that. I don't know. Do shells activate from behind? No, they don't. Okay, so they only activate from the front. Oh, that's really cool. So then if I do it this way, then I could add. Whoopsie. Then I could add this. The only problem is that when I get to the end, I'm gonna have to go like I'm gonna have to do something wacky like this. Unless I do that on the outside, front and back, front and back. But if I do that, then it's going to end up looking like that. The build will be slower, but it'll be more effective. Or, and this is just another idea, everything goes slabs. And then I could put slabs right here. So this would be, yes, it doesn't work because then I have this here. So it wouldn't be what I want it to be. But, I mean, I just want something that looks a little bit nicer than just a flat base. I only have the three wood types here in this area. I've got some birch over there. I'm growing some acacia back there on that lonely mountain, that lonely hill. And then, of course, I have my oak right there. There's some acacia right there. So I will get a slightly darker. I mean, that's just more of a. That's really just that tone right there, but just desaturated. So, but yeah, this is kind of the idea that I'm having here. Then I made a bunch of beds because I took down the little gazebos or awnings or whatever they were. So when I'm ready to move these guys from here to here, it's just going to be ringing the bell after I put the bell over that door. Um, so yeah, so this is kind of what I think I'm going to do. And then I don't know what I'm going to do for the outside. Hey, what's up? Bridger last noob? I think I said that right. There is a delay on my audio because I don't have a dashboard set up for this. So anything you type in, keep it under 5 words, and I can see it on the screen. And it will take me some time to respond. Cool. So yeah, I'm in basically a copy of my world playing in peaceful, just trying out some builds. I'm not doing it in creative because I want to be able to get a sense of the pacing, and it comes together pretty. It comes together pretty cool. But so it's like, do two windows, then do one window, then two windows. I don't know how well that's going to end up. So we do one window here, we do two windows here, we do one window here. Hagen got par 10. Hey, cool. You really do par 10, dude? That's impressive. I'd spend all fucking afternoon on the green. But then again, when I play just for that. Nice, pleasant walk on a sunny afternoon, and maybe a nice cool drink at the cart. Yeah, I don't know about the even odd stuff. That's not going to work out because of this balance right here. So it's going to end up with a bunch of windows at the end. But yeah, that's basically it. It's the villager hall. Um, going to go really brutalist on the inside. 3 rows of 10 beds. This is going to be the entryway, and then workstations right all around in here. And then I'm going to start work on the upper level, which will be my workshop, which essentially will just be transplanting that structure up here. Then there'll be a terrace right over here, and then there'll be the garden over back this way. And I don't know if I want to have a farmer or not. I don't really get many good trades off of farmers. Mostly I'm going to be interested in weaponsmiths, toolsmiths, and fletchers. Try to generate uh, really good tools and weapons, obviously. Uh, and then all back there behind that tower. Actually, I'll just show you right now because, like I said, this is a temporary world anyway. Um, and we're in peaceful mode. So I've already been back here and exploring, so it's not like I'm going to be creating spoilers for myself. That's the only problem when you make a creative world as a sketch world. The temptation to go off and run all over the place is too much for me, and I'll end up, spoiling discoveries. But yeah, I came down here. I actually even find my remains, which will just be the floating items I had. Fuck tons of mobs, just so many mobs. Oh my god! Like right here, I started getting sniped, so I jumped over this way, came down here, and yeah, died here. But yeah, so that's basically it. I am going to go make myself a nice strong herbal tea and crash for the rest of the morning. Thank you guys for stopping by and checking things out. Always make sure that, when you're playing, make sure you label your worlds. That's the only thing I'm going to say because a lot of times I've made creative copies. Not happy. Um, yeah, until next time, be nice and play well.